Welcome to episode 420 of the Geeks for the Win podcast, the tech and gaming podcast from the geeksforthewin.com, where we cover all things geeky. I'm your host, William McDonald, and I'm joined with my co-host, Stuart.
It's 420.
Smoke weed every day.
I had to.
I'm not gonna lie, I had that as a text tone in high school. Because, high school.
Because, high school. Yeah.
And immaturity. And, yeah. But, yeah, I love you have, was it 4-leaf clovers on the...
I was like, oh, what is there? There's can't be an emoji for, no, there's not, but close enough.
Yeah. And it's funny because this is the week of 422.
It just happened to work out that way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. But this is our man. I didn't watch any like weed related movies. Darn it.
I'm pretty sure somebody was smoking weed in one of the ones I watched.
Oh, I'm intrigued. But this is the TV movie version of the podcast. This week we're covering what we've watched the past, couple weeks. So, what have you been watching, Stuart?
Well, I guess I could start with the ones I'm pretty sure somebody was smoking in. I watched the HBO documentary series Q Into the Storm. This was all about QAnon. Are you familiar with QAnon?
Yes.
Okay. You probably came across it kind of how I did. It was talked a lot during the storming of the Capitol.
Yes.
Well, that's because a lot of the people who believe in the QAnon conspiracy were like, that was one of the major groups who did it.
It's like a website group thing, right?
Okay.
There's a website component.
Yes. It is an all online thing. That's what the whole thing is.
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
See, I know it. I can't like explain it. Like I'm trying to. Yeah.
Well,
I'm trying to think of how
it is. It is a person who the Q claims to be a person who was close to Trump, who had Q level clearance. That sounds made up. I don't fucking believe it. But it
is Trump after all. So
they claimed they were close to Trump, and they would release these coded messages that meant something. And people love on the internet. People love puzzles and finding stuff out. So that led to this whole like group of people who, this is a code that means that they're going to finally lock up those baby eating pedophile Democrats. Because yes, they believe that all Democrats are pedophiles, baby eaters, and Satan worshipers. And this all started on Reddit. Well, they quickly got kicked off of Reddit because of it was entirely racist. And then they went to 4chan, and they got kicked off of 4chan So they went to 8chan, which is very funny in my mind because, like, oh, you guys are complaining about pedophiles and baby eaters? You're fucking on 8chan.
Yeah.
What the hell do you think is on 8chan? Yeah. And honestly, the documentary doesn't go much into the stuff that, you know, Q was claimingly dropping. This was a documentary all about just finding Q. Who is Q? And because, you know, it was on 8chan, you know, the documentary guy, he interviewed the guy who owned the board that 8chan posted on. And they got, you know, then at some point in time, like, because like what the board owner can see from, because how 8chan, even for how 4chan and 8chan works is you don't pick like a username or anything like that. You are given this code of just random stuff, and you are absolutely anonymous. That's where the anon of QAnon comes from. And Q would always post from, and he then like the board owner could not see like the actual IP address of each poster or each user, but they could see like a jumbled code of their IP address. And Q would post from different IP addresses, you know, just, you know, hiding his identity. Well, at some point, Q's writing style changed. And the board owner noticed that the IP address started coming from one. It was static. It was the same one. Like, but this isn't Q. This is a phony. This is a fake, you know. So he contacted the the site admin of 8chan. His name was Code Monkey. And Code Monkey was saying, nope, looks fine to me. All good. And the documentary actually ends up just kind of following, actually going and finding this Code Monkey and just kind of following him around, as well as his father, who bought 8chan from the creator because the creator couldn't keep up with the users of the site. And it ends up the documentary kind of ends up following the creator, the owner, and the admin. These people are fucking nuts. All of them. They're all insane. And the documentary, I'm damn sure, guys, like, okay, yeah, we have found Q. This is Q. We know who Q is. And it is definitely worth a watch because, like, it goes to some odd places. And, like, there is definitely some money behind this documentary, too. Because, like, the dude is... Because, like, where the creator, owner, and admin, they all live, is the Philippines. And the admin frequently lives in Japan. And this documentary like spans like 2 or 3 years. And like the guy is going, you know, he's world hopping, you know, during this time. And like it is a fascinating just look at like these people are fucking nuts. And I definitely recommend people watch it. Also, beware, there is quite a bit of porn in it. I was not warned of that when I watched it. Like,
oh, wow.
Like, whoa, I wasn't expecting porn and like quite a bit of it. Because, well, the owner, who is he just comes across as an absolute sleazebag. He got his first internet money kind of by owning a porn sites.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah. 8chan is not what you want to. Yeah.
no, but it's fascinating because at some point 8chan was shut down because of the shootings and stuff that were happening, and the shooters were posting their manifestos on 8chan, and they were being celebrated and what have you. So like the hosting service, which was Cloudflare, dropped them finally, and then 8chan eventually became 8kun, but it did not have the popularity that 8chan did, and it had a fraction. It had I think he said like 95% loss of users.
So 8chan's no more? I didn't know that.
8chan is no more.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Yeah, it has been around for a couple years apparently. I didn't know this either.
Really? Because I thought, like, wasn't last year there was a big scandal with some game studio or who did something on 8chan? Or was that even longer ago?
It had been longer ago because like the whole thing was like it was shut down like 2019.
Okay, I guess this was 2019. Yeah. Oh, God, why do you have to? Why does when you see an article and you're like, okay, that's the headline, and then you click on it and the article headline is not that. It's like, it was THQ Nordic. They did
Really?
something with, yeah. It
I
was
don't remember
one of
this.
their heads of something, or they were doing they tweeted, we're doing an 8chan
they
AMA.
did an AMA on 8chan. I do remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. That was God, that doesn't feel like over 2 years ago. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it was, huh? Yeah. So yeah, 8chan's just like that. I always associate that with like, that's the scum of the internet right there.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
That's the scum of the internet that you're able to access easily.
Yep.
You know, because there is like the dark web, but you've got to do like weird stuff to access that, right?
And what the QAnon people do, like, because like there are what people called QTubers. You know, people who who collected and went through all of the information and, you know, spat it back out on people on YouTube. And, you know, most of them never even went to 8chan. They went to a website that just collected what they called Q drops. And one of the people, it was like, you know, like who firmly believed that that all Democrats ate and fucked babies, or like and like the documentary guy was like, you do know there is quite a bit of child porn on 8chan where this all stuff happens. Like, oh, really? I had no idea. Like, yeah.
I mean, that's what I would have, if you would have asked me what you know, to describe 8chan, I would have, that the child pornography would have been on the top of my description.
Yep. Mine too.
Like, I feel like we've been put on a list just because we said the word 8chan over the internet.
Well,
Not even visiting the site, but just saying it. I feel like we're on some like NSA list or something.
with the stuff that we say playing video games, we've been on a list for a long time.
We don't say a lot. I mean, it's not like I'm not sure what you're getting at.
How many times have we said the word bomb?
Oh, that, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought you were getting at, like, I don't know, like we were like some of the Call of Duty players, the stereotypical Call of Duty players or saying horrible stuff. It's like, oh, we don't really say horrible, but yeah,
No, we say the keywords like, bomb and president. Like, oh, I just raised a flag right there.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I recommend this documentary. It's well done. It's fascinating, and the people are nuts. So it made a good story.
Okay.
But like I said, beware, quite a bit of porn. But legal porn. I'll mention that. Legal
porn.
Legal porn.
Okay. I gotcha.
All right. So what have you watched?
Let's start out with my pick of the week or movie, whatever. I don't know what we're calling it, but
pick of the week.
This week's was delayed because I ended up watching like most of the MonsterVerse last week or last time. But this one is Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah. I'm curious what you thought.
It was all right. I didn't feel like it was as great as everyone made it seem. Maybe because like I just don't like I for the most part I didn't like a lot of the visuals and I thought it was way too over the top. Like,
I mean, it
was
Mad Max.
Yeah. I guess, but I don't know. I've never seen the originals, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I'm not sure if they were that over the top, but like
Thunderdome definitely was. Road Warrior not so much, and the original Mad Max, like it's a different movie completely.
Yeah, but as far as over the top goes, I mean, like you had the guy playing guitar.
The Doof Warrior was amazing. Come on, that was like the coolest part.
And the guitar, like, spewed fire or was attached to like a flamethrower or something. That, like, oh my god.
And apparently there's actually a reason for it. There's actually a reason why it shot fire. It was signals. It was, like, hey, we're turning left. Hey, we're turning right. Because like you couldn't hear the actual guitar, which is like the same as like a drummer boy going into war.
Oh yeah, and they had a bunch of drummers. Yeah.
Yeah. But like you couldn't hear that stuff very well over the roar of car engines. So there was fire that came out of the guitar to signal what the group was doing. So that was the reason for the flare for the guitar that shot fire. That was awesome.
Gotcha. Yeah. I don't know. Tom Hardy just every time he spoke, it just seemed weird. I don't know. Like
he didn't speak a whole lot. I'm not
quite sure how to.
I mean,
he didn't speak a lot, but whenever he did, I'm like, is he doing a voice or is that his real voice? Or I'm not quite sure because like
it's been a while since I've seen it. So what I'm thinking of, like, maybe he was trying to sound somewhat like Mel Gibson.
He was doing like he had a rough, grumbly voice, like he was trying to like, oh, I'm a badass type voice, And it was just like, okay, yeah, you kind of are, but like, I don't know. I'm not quite sure I know what Tom Hardy's actual voice is though, so.
It's not too far from that, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. Yeah. So, but there's one of the podcaster I listen to a lot. This is his favorite movie of all time, and anytime somebody even references Mad Max, he goes, "Oh, the greatest movie of all time." And he'll just throw out references all the time. And it's kind of funny because nobody loves that movie like he does.
Yeah. I don't know. Just it's just a lot of it just didn't click for me for whatever reason. Like, I understand it was, there was some stuff I really liked about it and it was great, but like, it's just, man,
well, also, like, if you're thinking that you missed something because you didn't see the other movies, you're not.
Like, oh yeah, it's like a reboot.
This had literally nothing to do with. I don't think so. I don't think it was a reboot. I think it was just another Mad Max story. Like, but it had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with anything from the previous movies. Just like any of them do.
I was confused because, like, how long has it been since society in the movie? Because doesn't he I thought he referenced he was a police officer or something like that.
Yes, he did.
And I'm like, wait, the Earth, what? And then, yeah, I was confused.
Well, also,
like, that really confused me.
What is not clear at all is they're driving on what used to be the Pacific Ocean.
Oh yeah, they make like, they're like salt. They talk about it as salt and stuff like that. So I kind of got that.
Like, that used to be the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, a lot of people would not have got. I mean, if you didn't hear, like, if you didn't really think about it when they were talking about, there's nothing but salt when you go there, like, you could have easily not have understood that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's very graphic too, and not just like violence graphic, but like when they're showing like the women pumping the breast milk, like it's just like, oh man, that's no, thank you.
Yeah.
And then the dude drinks it, and I'm like, no, thank you.
Like, no.
I'm good. Yeah, and it's just like, I wouldn't say I hated it, by any means. It just, I don't know. Maybe it was just, maybe it's a mix between it being so overhyped,
I think it was kind of overhyped for you because, like, I saw it, like, I don't know if I saw it in theaters or not, but like, I didn't love it, but like, I thought it's okay. It's good. I would watch it again.
Yeah, and I like Charlize Theron in it. Then again, I like her in most things.
Sure, yeah,
because she's awesome, and I want to see the Die Hard reboot of her with her in it that people are like petitioning and trying to get, and she's even said she would be down for it. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
I'd be down. That'd be awesome. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Exactly.
I like Die Hard. I love Die Hard, actually. And those last couple movies.
I know you love Die Hard. Yeah.
Sucked. Especially that last one.
I haven't seen the last one. Yeah.
Well, Bruce Willis has given up on acting. Like, he really has. Even if he's in movies, he's given up he gave up a long time ago. And I was like, okay, yeah, maybe he shouldn't act anymore.
Have you seen the latest movie he's in?
No.
I think it's with him and Frank Grillo, the dude who was Crossbones in the MCU. And it looks like I don't know.
Mel Gibson.
It looks bad. Like, at least from the cover art, you know.
Well, it's not McClane. Is it Comic Sin?
Maybe.
Frank Grillo. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Right. It looks like one of those like instead of Transformers, it's Transmorphers. Like,
it doesn't look like it looked like somebody just took a screenshot of Gears of War and just photoshopped their heads onto those bodies.
Yeah, it just, yeah. I saw that because, you know, like every Tuesday I check to see what new movies there are and stuff like that, you know, just because I'm curious, you know, and I saw that a while back ago and I'm like, oh man, boy, Bruce Willis. Oof. Like,
when Bruce Willis cared about acting, he was great. Like I said, he's given up.
It's not that this is like a straight to digital because of COVID. Like, this seems like it would have been a straight to digital regardless of.
Yeah.
I can't imagine this being in theaters, you know? But yeah.
When does this come out? Oh, it is out.
Yeah, it came out like a bit ago.
Like last month.
Like, yeah.
Oh no. 2.5 out of 10 is what he gets it. Wow, yeah.
It looks like it.
It sure does.
But yeah, going back to Mad Max though, I don't know, it just, and I mean also like it was real hard to like Tom Hardy's character, it was real hard to like, I don't know, like his character much. I mean, it just didn't seem like his character had much personality.
Okay.
And I kind of get that, you know, he was kidnapped and tortured and became a blood bag and all this and that. But like, you would think he would, I mean, like him seeing, you know, like the wives or whatever, and they're trying to escape, you think he would kind of like be more understanding of that situation and stuff like that. And not like his initial like reaction was, you know, I'm going to leave y'all behind and just get out and go my own way and all this and that. And
yeah,
it just felt kind of weird, you know, like you would have felt like he would have sympathized with them a little, you know, them being kind of prisoners and him being a prisoner as well. But, I did kind of like what are they called? Not the
War Boys.
The something boys.
War Boys.
Yeah, I did like the one who like I liked his character growth. I did think that was well done.
Right.
That was handled really well.
Oh, I'm trying to think of his name.
The one who
Nicholas Hoult. He played Beast in the new X-Men movies.
He looked familiar. He really did. But you know, it's just that thing where it's like they were all bald headed and skinny white people, and like it was just. But yeah, he looked really familiar. But yeah, okay, so that makes sense. Man, that's a damn good actor right there. If he was able to play that role and Beast from X-Men, oh my god!
He also
I never would have guessed.
He also played a zombie too, so you gotta remember that. You remember that Warm Bodies?
I never saw all of that. I only saw bits and pieces of that. The
zombie who falls in love.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. Did I watch it all? I don't know. I might have, but it just
I would have found it weird if you would have stopped watching it partway through, because I thought it was a good and funny movie.
I guess maybe it just wasn't that memorable, Yeah. I remember it being excited, kind of intrigued about it, when it was coming out, just because it was like, oh, it's like kind of like Twilight but with zombies.
Pretty much, but better. It was funny. And this is pure. It was a much better love story than Twilight. I know that's a joke, but this was actually a romantic comedy.
That's the go-to line. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like I said, I didn't hate Mad Max Fury Road, but it's like, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, just because, like, I don't know, there were a lot of moments where it was just like, man, that's a bit over the top, and that's a little maybe too extreme for me.
See, you and I kind of have different reactions. Like, you're like, man, that's over the top. You're like, man, that's fucking over the top.
Some of the stuff I understood, I appreciated and liked, but like I said, like some of the stuff was just too graphic and not just the violence way, like I was saying,
Well, also you gotta, George Miller, he likes everything to be practical. So pretty much everything you saw was real.
Yeah.
Including the dude strapped on the hood of a car playing the guitar, that actually worked. All that shit worked.
Yeah. I just like I said, like just some of the stuff was just a little like kind of, I don't know, kind of creeped me out, I guess. Like the was that dude who was like the people eater, or that dude was creepy.
The people eater, yeah. I don't remember.
You know who I'm talking about?
I don't remember him.
He was like the big fat guy who had like the ankles that were like swollen like 10 times, and he had like his nipples were like pierced with chains, and it was just like
the bullet farming guy.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
They call him the people eater or the person eater or something like that.
No, this is people eater on IMDb.
Yeah.
Oh no, the bullet farmer was a different dude. Two different dudes. The people eater and the bullet farmer. I'm not heartbroken that you don't like Mad Max, because I'm like, I thought it was good, but like I didn't love it like a lot of people did.
Oh, it's the definition of a popcorn flick.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just like I was saying, like I get grossed out at some stuff, like the whole breast milk farming scene that really grossed me out. Like I said, every time they showed the one dude and his disgusting foot and his pierced
that's
nipples
supposed to
with the chains and all that. Just
Wow, so many of these pictures on IMDb are of the red carpet event.
Oh yeah, that's how it always is on IMDb for a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's like you're trying to find an actual picture that like.
Yeah.
Especially when you're when you see an actor or you see a character actor and you like them and you're trying to find like, okay, which one is this exactly? And you're trying to look through their profile pictures to see if like they have like was it the I was trying to look through like the redhead who had the like kind of relationship with the one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to see, and it was really difficult to figure out like which actress is that? Because it's like, of course, their main profile pictures look nothing like them.
Right.
And then I look at another actress and I'm like looking through her pictures and I'm like, okay, she has red hair, but that's not quite like, okay. And yeah, finally I found it and I'm like, I have no idea. I was kind of like, oh, okay, cool. When was it the one chick died? Wasn't she from Transformers? Like the last one with Shia LaBeouf, right? The blonde pregnant one.
I gotta go back through the.
What was her? She was Rosie something, I think, or.
Gotta find, because there was a picture I just saw of all the women. Okay.
Rosie Huntington Whiteley. Am I? Yeah, she was in Transformers. She replaced good old thumb or toe thumbs.
Megan Fox.
Yeah. I knew her name. I just like calling her old thumb toes or thumb toes.
No. You had it right the first time.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, her thumbs look like toes. And it's weird. But yeah. Yeah. I didn't like her character, so I was kind of like, I wasn't too sad that she died in the movie,
It's actually been a while since I've seen it, so I do not remember.
She just didn't like. Well, actually, yeah, that makes sense. Like she's only has 4 movies she's credited, and 2 and 1 or one's Transformers, one's Mad Max. So yeah, like that makes sense. Her acting was not great.
Yeah, she's a model. She's a Victoria's Secret model.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I remembered her from that Transformers movie, and that just had a bad like association, I guess. So,
well, actually, it actually looks like Transformers and Mad Max are the only actual movies.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Yeah. Yeah, they're making a Furiosa prequel, right? Or origin movie, or
there's
but it's not going to be
another
Charlize Theron.
Yeah,
it's going to be somebody else, I guess. Her younger or whatever. That's a bit disappointing. I would watch another one if it was like Charlize Theron, like continuation of this, seeing, because she was badass in this. Like,
yes,
she's got to be like the best female action star right now, right?
Definitely up there. Definitely up there with ScarJo. Her and Charlize Theron, I think, are probably the best right now.
Yeah. See, I don't know. For some reason, I don't think of Scarlett Johansson as a, as a female action star, because she does like everything,
Yeah. Well, so does
I've seen
Charlize
more.
Theron.
Yeah, but I've seen more of her not doing action stuff than action, I guess, is what I mean. But yeah, I would totally agree. She is an female action star. So, but yeah, what's gonna be my next pick, Stuart?
Oh, let's see. I'm thinking Battle Royale.
Okay.
2000s Battle Royale. You finally see like where all of the whole thing started, of people wanting this type of game that they made in DayZ that then evolved into its own genre of video games.
Gotta see where that is.
I remember, I think I watched it on Amazon because I think I rented it.
Okay.
It's on Pluto TV with ads.
Yeah, in the Roku app and Vudu, and okay, yeah. So there's some places to watch it for free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tubi. Plex.
Okay. What else you got, Stuart?
I watched another documentary. This time on Netflix, called "Why Did You Kill Me?" This is about a murder that happened in 2006 in California, where this brother and sister pulled up to a stop sign, and this gangbanger who was standing on the corner took out a gun and started shooting into the car.
Oh God.
Killing the sister. And the documentary, well, apparently right after that, this was in an area where like police aren't really welcomed. Like, and the family involved also, they had some priors. So like they didn't quite trust the police. So they weren't quite as forthcoming as they maybe should have been. But it not really even wouldn't have helped, but it still kind of gives you the idea of kind of how this family was. And the mother, she was, she's a trip. She used to do apparently used to do a lot of meth, and you could tell. And her and the girl who was killed, her cousin found out that, like a lot of the gangbangers in the area are on MySpace. So they made a fake profile to try to maybe lure out, like, hey, hey, let's go out and party. Woo. Hey, do you happen to know, anybody who drives this kind of car, that kind of a thing, trying to find the car, of the, because after the shooting, the dude jumped in a car and then ran off. And they weren't quite getting anywhere with that one. So the mom had the idea to make the girl who was killed create her as a profile to try to lure the killer out. And they started acting like she would have on the internet, talking like she would, which is creepy as hell.
That sounds pretty creepy, yeah.
But it actually did lead them to who was driving the car. They gave that info to the police, and because he's a gangbanger, so and snitches get stitches, that kind of thing. He wasn't really talking, so the police let him go. Pissed off the family. Mother had the idea like, oh, I'm gonna lure them all out to the desert for a party, and then kill them all. Then her sons talked her out of that, fortunately. But eventually they told the police what they were doing. And eventually they gave over the account and passwords and all that stuff to the police. But not before talking to the driver of the car, who they had been talking to quite a bit online, saying, hey, do you love me? Oh yeah, you know I do, baby. Let me hear you say it. I love you. Then, why did you kill me? I was the girl that you murdered on this date. Dude signed off and disappeared. Nobody saw him again, or at least nobody knew where he went.
Oh wow!
But they did eventually find the killer, and they even found the driver, who had ran away to Mexico to become a chili farmer, which I found fucking hilarious. I'm like, dude found that he was talking to a ghost, and they ran off to Mexico to become a chili farmer. I found that really fucking funny.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
But it's pretty interesting. That whole family is fucking nuts. So, but
I mean, it's a thing of their daughter / sister got killed.
Yeah,
so
and it was, and why it happened really sucks too, because apparently, these dudes in this gang thought that another gang was encroaching on their turf, and that they were in that car, when like they had nothing to do with any gangs at all.
Yeah.
So this is like that sucks. And apparently, and it doesn't go into this, but it's a brief mention and it's out. But she was married with kids, and like they weren't even on the on the documentary at all. It's like, hello, what, the kids? Do you not care? Like what? Okay. Like I said, mentioned once.
If anything, like that would make people more, like sympathetic toward the situation, or but yeah, it can really mess with you when you have to suffer through,
and I don't know
through killing.
I don't know when this was filmed, because like the cousin who actually did all the MySpace stuff and all that, she was 13 at the time. But during like the interviews of the documentary, I saw she was like 15. But this happened in 06. Like, nope. When was this filmed? You look still like a child. But like it didn't look like It was weird. Like, I don't know when this was all done. Because like some of like the sentencing and stuff, that didn't happen until like, 2018.
Oh, wow.
So, because it took them a while to find the dude, the driver. So I was like, when did you do this? And I cannot find that information. So I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna show you a picture of. Oh, come on. Stop it. Like, does this chick look like she's in her late 20s?
Not really. No.
No. Like, you look like you're about 15. Like, when was this filmed?
Yeah. I don't know. Could it be like it wasn't the actual like family? It was just people recreating.
No, because
Like
they weren't in any of the recreations or anything like that. Like, they were.
No.
Well, like it was actually kind of done kind of weird. The recreations were all done using like toy cars and like a scaled version of the neighborhood. And like,
okay, weird.
it was. I was like, I've not seen one that looks like this. But it's not bad. I want to say it was a great documentary, but it was like, it was interesting. What have you been watching?
Let's get into some anime, shall we?
Okay.
This is kind of meta, but it's an anime called Shirobako.
Shirobako, I know this one.
And it's about the anime industry.
Creating, yes.
Yeah, it's about the main character is she works for an anime studio or company or and I meant to look to see if there was like a anime developer, anime whatever animator reaction to this. I never got around to it. I forgot because I wanted to see because they go into some details in this.
From what I understand, they do. I've not actually seen it, but I know of it.
It's really good. It's a kind of like a how should I say it's kind of like a slice of life type anime,
definitely a slice of life.
But like it's not as like laid back as like normal slice of lives, I guess, because like they're always rushing for deadlines and having issues happening and having to correct it and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's got drama.
I found myself really liking this anime a lot. Is there 2 seasons or no, 1 season? 1 or 2. Let me see.
There's a movie.
There's a movie coming out, yes. But I think there's 2 seasons, and is the third season considered a movie? I don't know. But and it's done by Okay, maybe I'm mistaken there.
I'm seeing like specials.
Where did I watch this? Was this on Verve or Funimation? Okay, it was on Verve, and okay, yeah, it was just one long season. I guess, or at least that's what Verve is saying. It was just one season.
24 episodes.
Yeah. But yeah, I really found myself enjoying this, and I can't wait for the movie to be dubbed. It was just fascinating. The characters were really relatable. It starts out with like 5 high school kids, friends. They're making their own little anime, or and it's like for like and they show it off at this like little school festival or whatever, and it's like it shows they did like a lot of work, and it to get this little what you expect from high school students making an anime.
Sure.
And then it roughly goes into throughout the show you're seeing those characters, they're pursuing different aspects of the anime world. Like one becomes an animator, one becomes the main characters. She's kind of like a producer, showrunner, something like she's in charge of like making sure things happen, and if there's issues, she ends up taking care of it to try to solve it, stuff like that. There's another who's trying to be a voice actor in anime, and then another who wants to be a writer. And so you see the different characters, like you slowly start to see them progress towards getting in the industry, whether it's like you know they jump straight into, a couple of them are already in the industry. One's the animator, and then the main character who's working to like make sure everything goes smoothly and fixing any issues and stuff like that. And then the voice actor, though, she tends to have a more rougher time trying to get into the industry, stuff like that. It's very enjoyable. I really liked it quite a bit. I think I looked up I looked up the studio who did it, and there was something about them that stood out when I was reading it.
PA Works did it. They've done shows like Angel Beats, another Charlotte. Let's see. They did that horse girl anime.
Maybe I'm thinking of another anime I'm about to talk about. But yeah, it's I think the movie's out like overseas, or the Japan version, but I think the dubbed isn't yet. I want to say
February
it was like
of last year is when the movie came out.
Yeah, I want to say the dubbed is like, it says coming soon when you like go to the like whatever site. Go to the movie. Oh no, it's 11 Arts is I think the people making it, or
they're the licensors.
Oh, are they? Okay. Yeah, so like that says coming soon, like when you go to their website. So I'm excited for that. It was really good anime. I highly recommend people check it out. It was interesting, and I imagine like it's got to be one of the easiest animes to actually portray it being, to actually get it done, to portray the realism,
Right.
because it's an anime studio making the anime about anime studios. So
Right, but did you ever see the anime that the anime studio is making about the anime studio?
but yeah, I would think like how we were like always I was first wondering about like how true the science is behind
Dr. Stone.
Dr. Stone. Yeah, I was trying to. I was like Stone Wars is the second season, but yeah, Dr. Stone, and then we find out, yeah, the science is actually pretty legit for the most part.
For the most part.
And then like cells at work, that for a lot of is pretty legit.
Yeah.
I imagine this has to be just as on par with that kind of stuff because
I mean,
they have the experience.
Yeah. They have the actual
They don't have
experience.
to do as much research.
Yeah.
As you would like the human body, or science behind how to make a steam engine, or a battery, or
Right. Like how many of the actual, like the people who making this just made themselves? Like how many, like Mary Sue's show up in this?
Yeah, exactly. And also the main character, like in your image, right? For our people watching on Twitch or YouTube, was it orange hair? That's orange, right?
You talk about the one up front?
Yeah.
That's kind of like a strawberry blonde.
Strawberry blonde. Okay. But she kind of has this like coping mechanism that ends up coming through the anime, where like you see like these two characters, one's like a bear and one's like a female doll character, and they're like kind of narrating throughout the show. And sometimes you'll see like she's tired, run down, stopped at a stoplight on her way to pick up, work from one person and then deliver it, whatever. And she ends up like you end up seeing her like voicing it, voicing the characters. And it's definitely the two like little, like I said, the like girl doll and the little bear character.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely this, voiced by the same, voice actor who voices her. But like you see like certain scenes where it's clear, like, you see her voicing, and it's like, you kind of see that it's kind of in her head. But then you also see like them pop up, just randomly weird. It's very weird. Like, I'm not describing it the best, but it's a, like I said, it's like her little coping mechanism to deal with like the stress of, situations that are going on that are, really bothering her. You see, can I find a where I don't even know what the characters are called. I know here we go.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, because I've see, where did they just?
Okay,
I
yeah.
literally just saw a picture of a bear and then a chick with
It's like one's like
with an eye patch.
Yeah, she's like a pirate doll or whatever, and then there's a bear, and yeah, they're like explaining things throughout the anime, and they're like, just just it's very interesting how like they said, like I was saying, they weave it into like it not just being like fourth wall breaking, but it's like also her, her coping mechanism. to get her through, real stressful situations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I've really enjoyed this anime a lot. It's one of the ones I've enjoyed the most in a long time, and I am really excited about this movie to kind of see where it wraps up. How they wrap it up, and I wish it was another season, but at least there's a movie.
Yeah.
So, what's another thing you got to talk about?
Okay, I'll stick with anime. I watched one. I've only watched one episode so far. I think there's 3 out. Combatants will be dispatched. This one it's technically an isekai. By strict definition, it's isekai. But it's a little different, as in they're not going to another like universe or world. They're literally going to another planet. So, and it's made by the same people who did Konosuba. And you can definitely tell, more so than like any other anime, like, oh no, these are the same fucking people, because like this chick has definitely, she's got some aqua in her. Like you can really tell. And even the fact that it's kind of there's even a straight up a Konosuba reference. Because the chick mentions like, oh, there's magic here. And the main character just kind of puts his hand out and just yells, explosion! Like Megami would and Konosuba, but nothing happens. And like I said, I've only watched the first episode, and I'm definitely going to watch more. I just haven't really had the chance to yet. Because it looks like it's going to be interesting. Because the whole point is the dude is trying to take over that planet. Like that's why he was there. That's why he was sent. He was sent there, was to take over the planet. And he gets, he can be sent like weapons and stuff if he pays what they call evil points. So he has to do something evil to get evil points.
Okay, interesting.
So, like, trying to think of what something evil he did. I can't think of. Like, he somehow tricks. Like, I don't know about tricks, but like the technology in this planet, like it existed, but like they've regressed somehow for some reason. Because like there's a straight up tank, like that's kind of like like a monument. Like, okay, there's a tank there. Oh yeah, that's ancient. Our ancestors had that. We don't know how it works, kind of a thing. And I forgot to mention that the dude is sent with an android, like a little girl who is an android.
Of course, she's a little girl.
Yes, of course. Yeah, he somehow
is there weird fan servicey stuff with the little girl?
It's not yet. I've only watched the first episode, but no, definitely with the chick though.
Okay. Because it's always weird when they do fan servicey with like characters, even if when that look like either they look like little girls or they are little girls.
Yeah,
it's always always uncomfortable feeling. Yeah.
It was the thing we'd rather not. exists.
Yeah, that's a thing. Like that's a category, right?
Yeah.
I forgot what the term is, but
Lolly.
lolly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard that a lot in other animes. Other animes referencing that a lot lately.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, if you liked Konosuba, you'll like this one because it's kind of it's along that same vein, but of humor and all that kind of stuff. So
okay.
what else have you been watching?
Well, here's another kind of similar to Shirobako. Um, that one was about the anime industry. This one's about the video game industry. New game.
Oh, I've seen gifs of this one.
This is another. It's the same kind of situation for the most part, but instead of like anime, it's in the anime world. It's the video games. The main character, she's like straight out of high school, and she joins she joins a video game company. In fact, the one like who makes the game she loves so much. And she's ends up learning like it doesn't say how she really gets the job, because like when she starts, they hand her a book that she has to read to learn how to like kind of do her job, and it's like kind of code for or use 3D animation or whatever, and it's kind of like, oh, that doesn't really seem realistic. You've got to like go to school and learn a lot of stuff before you can just jump into,
Yeah, especially with video games, definitely.
So this one is more entertainment than actual like, like as like I was saying, Shirobako. A lot of it seemed like, it went real into detail on a lot of stuff and some of the issues they were having and stuff like that. To where I was like, okay, this is probably, like Dr. Stone and Cells at Work, where it's pretty accurate. But new game, like there may be parts of it that are accurate, like but like at least as it starts, her like starting her first day of work and then learning how to, through reading a book and then slowly learning how to, like that seems a little not realistic. But it's the main character, and she's, like I said, she's straight out of high school. She learns how to do her job, and she becomes friends with the people that she works with, and it's a slice of life. Very entertaining as well. I enjoyed it a bunch. I don't. There's 2 seasons of this, I believe. Yeah, new game and then new game with 2 exclamation marks instead of 1.
Okay, so new game and new game.
Yeah. So, I don't think they're gonna make another season because they really wrapped it up really nicely. Like at the end of this, it was a real nice payoff for a lot of characters, and which ultimately I am happy about, because a lot of animes end and you're not sure whether or not they were planning on another season, or whether it was just to tease you to like you always mention the reference materials, to get you into the reference materials and stuff like that, the light novels and stuff like that.
Right.
This it wraps up real nicely, and it was real satisfying when the last episode hit.
Well, I'm looking at what the source material was, and there's not much to it. It's a short manga that is usually like four panels. Like that's like a chapter. It's only like four panels, and it has a name. I forget
Yeah.
what it's called, but yeah.
Some of the characters are pretty wacky. Like, was it her boss? Her boss she works directly under. She meets on her first day because her boss is sleeping in the studio because her um she does that and to work overnight type of thing. Not a she has to. And she ends up seeing her boss in her underwear because for whatever reason she loves to take off her pants or skirt or whatever when she is alone in the office and whatever. So it's like, oh, okay,
You
that's
can't
interesting.
sleep in your clothes. I mean, come on.
And there's another character who's like super shy and doesn't really say much at all, but will communicate through like instant messenger type situation. There's a wide variety of different characters with different personalities that there's one character who's the super goofy, immature, outgoing character, who's all about like whose desk is just filled with all kinds of toys from different animes or games and stuff like that. And she says, "Oh, this is for reference material. This is for references. Not just that I want to have them because they're cool." And
Right.
It's another good one. I really liked it. It was one that was like recommended because I watched and liked Shirobako.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, it's a slice of life with some drama because they do have deadlines and issues and stuff like that. But like I was saying, it's not. I don't think it's for the most part, it's not as accurate, I would say, as the Shirobako seemed to be, and how the other animes we talked about are.
Right.
So, but it was really enjoyable, and like I was saying, the end was very satisfying.
They shipped
It
the
did
game.
not leave me. I mean, they each season is a different game that they're working on.
So I'm right. They shipped the game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but like I said, it was real satisfying with all the character development, growth, and to see where they were and where they are at the end, and it was very nice. These two animes were just like they just made me feel good. They just made me happy watching them. Like there wasn't any. It was a nice palate cleanser to like a lot of stressful action animes. That I watch a lot of times. Like I said, I always like to watch a slice of life. To break all the crazy violent action animes up from time to time. So
apparently there was actually a video game that was based off of it that came out on the PS4 and the Vita.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It honestly, like
fun.
just by looking at the screenshots, it looks like Video Game Tycoon.
Okay.
But with the characters from the show.
Gotcha.
Okay. See, one anime that I watched is I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. This one's about it's an isekai where the main character, she was an office worker who literally just died from exhaustion. Like like her death is literally her on a computer going and falls over dead.
So no truck.
No truck, not this time. No. Actually, and all of the isekais I got, there are no truck. Yeah, so she decides the gift that she wants is to be able to live her next life without just living an easy life. Just not having to work very hard or anything like that. So she gets resurrected as this witch, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And because she's a witch, apparently witches don't age or die. So, and she has an XP boost at all times. So she gets double XP for anything she kills. And she finds this just abandoned house. She decides to live in it. And she just kind of kills slimes for 300 years and kind of takes the little gems that they drop into the nearest town and sells them off. But after 300 years, apparently that's enough to max out to make you level 99. And that's apparently super rare in that world. To where word gets out that she's max level, and all of a sudden a dragon is knocking at her door. Like, let's fight. I want to find out who's the strongest. Well, she's been fighting slimes for 300 years, so she's not really good at fighting, but she does know, but she is strong still. She ends up not killing the dragon, but, defeating the dragon. But the fight, they end up kind of destroying part of the house. So I was, Will just disappeared. I guess he was bored. What happened? There he is. I guess. Nope. I wonder if his internet. Because he's offline on Discord too. What happened? Internet or power? Something went out. I will.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's just a cooling issue, like I was saying, and it's not like anything major. Alrighty then.
Let's see, can I mark where that was? Because I paused the recording because I didn't know what was going on.
Got
Alrighty, back to recording. Okay, what was I saying? Okay, yeah. They ended up destroying part of the house, and as a sorry and a I'll make it up to you kind of a thing, the dragon or the witch kind of takes the dragon and as an apprentice. Oh, and the dragon apparently can transform into a girl, because of course it's a girl.
Of course.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So just kind of like a teach me your ways kind of a thing. The witch takes the dragon under her wing, and I've only watched 2 episodes of this one so far. The next one deals with like the spirit of all the slimes that she has killed over the years. Comes to take revenge, which takes the form of 2 little girls. who
Yeah, I'm not.
who call the witch
Yeah,
mother because she created them.
Yeah, this is one I'm interested in, but it's not dubbed yet. So
Yeah, it's this one. I was expecting this one to be a little bit more actiony than like I I think I read the synopsis wrong because I remember it said like something like she levels up, people find out, and like a party comes to her, and then they go off on an adventure. That has not happened. So I'm wondering if this is just going to end up just being kind of a slice of life kind of a thing. And I've not looked
she
up
gets to
anything.
like level 90 something, right?
Not 99.
Yeah, I read the description of this the other day.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm looking up like more info on this. Yeah, it just says comedy fantasy for genre. So I was looking to see if it was considered a slice of life or not, because it kind of seems it's going to be. So, but it's good. It's good. What else have you been watching?
Pull my lip back up. Okay. Another anime well, I guess the only other animes I have you've talked about. One is the dungeon only I can enter.
Okay.
I finally started watching that, and I'm caught up. I even watched the latest episode that was yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. It came out. I like this one. This one's interesting. The it it it's kind of weird as far as like when the kissing goes to relieve his headaches or whatever. Because it's not just a like normal kiss.
No.
It's like
tongue is
a
involved.
deep, intense kiss.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, one of the things that it just grosses me out is like an anime where you see the saliva, like
that string of spit.
Stringy, it just grosses me out. Like, and I know that like that turns a lot of people on probably. I get that as an appeal, but for me, I don't know. Saliva just grosses me out.
Then I don't recommend you watch. I think it's called Mysterious Girlfriend X.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Where she just vomits spit whenever she gets excited.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not a little either. It's a lot.
Yeah. I just like as far as like the stringy saliva, as far as like the stringy saliva, like this, like it's just, I think it's the fact that they just like focus on it too much, you know, and put a lot of detail into
close up. It's a close up of the mouth.
So I don't know, just something about it, just like I don't know, it just makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't know. And also like a lot of these animes, the main characters the main character is always like shy and timid and like never wants to, whatever. But he's
yet
just like,
he's
oh
the
yeah,
most.
sure.
But apparently, like all the women just love him and want him.
Yeah, but this one, like, he's not as like shy and timid as most other animes,
Yeah,
because he's actually like down to kiss her, and all this and that.
DTF. He is DTF.
Yeah. So, I mean, nothing like that happens yet. Anyways, like, they don't do anything more than just like kissing and
No.
like. Was it he
Yeah.
I thought it was weird how the teacher sits on his face.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, you're the teacher.
And then
what?
then he goes back for seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's oblivious. Like, like his best childhood friend, is willing to kiss him, but yet he's still oblivious to how she feels. Like, dude can only be so fucking dense before you're like, you're an idiot.
I feel like he's slowly starting to learn, right? I don't know if you've seen the latest episode.
I've seen them all.
Yeah.
Because I watched them subbed.
Okay, yeah. The latest one was the where she gets kidnapped
Mm-hmm.
by the thieves or the phantom thieves or whatever.
I think I feel like he's oblivious.
I guess, yeah. That's one of the frustrating things about anime is when the main character is oblivious to these type of things,
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so obvious. Like, but whatever.
I mean, sure, guys are oblivious to things, but on the level that anime portrays them, no.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Yeah, it's I like it so far. It's interesting. Lot of different episodes where it's kind of like, oh, okay, like the one where they're trying to help the receptionist win the contest or whatever. It's kind of like, oh,
from the other
side episode
from the other receptionist who is a complete misogynist, or not misogynist. She's a dom. Completely she's a dom.
Yeah. So I mean, it feels like there's a lot, and it's also very weird how like they treat his father, like.
Yeah.
They just totally shit on his father.
And I didn't realize this, so you just said that, like, oh yeah, there's also one where like his sister is also in love with him. Like, could we not have those tropes? Like, seriously, like, could we not do that?
There was at the end of one episode, I think it was the end of one episode, there was like, was she dreaming? Like, it was a weird situation between the two of them.
She was sleeping on his bed. I think
it was her dream.
She was sleeping on his bed. Yes. Having that dream. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's always a weird thing too. The whole sister complex thing.
As somebody with sisters, no.
And see, I don't have any sisters, and I still think it's weird as
I do, like, and I'm like,
crazy weird.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but it's enjoyable. I like it. I really like I'm hoping we see more of was it Tiger or whatever? What's the lion whose name is Tiger or something?
Oh,
right.
Yeah, the lion named Tiger. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I really like that. I really like that whole that character and his situation and that story, that little mini story arc.
And
Thought
then
that
you
was
never
pretty
see him
interesting.
again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's gonna upset me.
Yeah.
Wow, that sucks. Because I really like that character. I really like the lion named Tiger, who they said was gonna be like he's supposed to guard the
Guard the
shop
shop
whenever they
that
do get a
they're
shop.
that they're
Yeah,
earning money for, I guess. Yeah.
and they just got the shop at the end of the current episode, and it looks like a card. It doesn't like, at least when they showed it, it didn't look like a real shop. Like, I don't know it, but I like it. It's enjoyable. It's interesting. Of course they have to add like he gets, he gets points for being aroused or
Mm.
you know any pleasurable, whether it's like gluttony or or earning
Yeah.
money or whatever.
Spending that money. Yeah.
Yeah, of course they got to do that whole thing, but aside from like the traditional anime tropes, there's some interesting little stories they get to, like the one chick who has the curse, the one.
That was interesting. I was almost expecting that chick to be an absolute bitch, but she wasn't.
But she's the opposite. Yeah.
She like oh yeah, she's sweet on the inside but evil sweet on the outside but evil on the inside. Nope.
Yeah. Just very, very kind-hearted person, who doesn't look down at people for their statuses. So that's always nice when there's a genuinely nice character, and not just like pretending to be. Yeah. So yeah, I'm enjoying this, and I'll be, we'll keep on watching it, week to week now. So what's something else you got?
Something else that I have, another slime one. This one's called Slime Diaries. This one is a spinoff of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. It's a slice of life, kind of like, this is like no story is really told at all. It's just more of a life in the day kind of a thing. And honestly, I think I may drop it. Because at the same time, I was like, as much as I absolutely love reincarnated as a slime, this is boring as fuck.
You were kind of telling me that, like,
It's,
I think while we were playing like Apex or something.
Yeah, I'd watched
really nothing happens.
The first episode when I talked to you, and I've since watched the second episode, and like the first episode is like him just walking around the village going hi, and just kind of seeing the people doing their things, and then the next episode is, oh, we've got to plant seeds in the fields. And I spend the whole episode doing that. Like, and it's not like it's a short anime, like a 5. This could have been a 5-minute anime. Like this could have been like a short anime. But nope. It's a full 30 minutes. But yeah, I may drop this one. I don't, just because it's boring. But it is more slime while we wait on the second half of season 2. So, what about you? What have you been watching? What else have you been watching?
when you said shorter anime, that reminded me of something I watched, and I'm trying to find it. Um, it's another kind of slice of life-ish anime, but it's about drinking alcohol.
Okay.
I'm trying to. I can't remember. God, I probably watched this on Verve, but Verve sucks as far as like we were even saying that, just trying to figure out. Let's see. Continue watching. Let's see more. No, of course it's not under here.
It's not Love is Like a Cocktail.
I don't think so. No.
I'm just trying to look up a
No.
drinking anime, and that's it. I'm not getting a whole lot from that.
Yeah. It's literally like the one of the main characters, like she moved to Tokyo or whatever from the country or whatever, and she ends up living with like roommates, and they're all about they end up like it's all about drinking. Like at the end of the day, they're making some weird drink, and they're like, it's kind of like the what's the one about snacks? How do you say that? Daigashi kashi, or
I gotta see it.
you know which one I'm talking about, though, right? It's pretty much it pretty much that, but with alcohol.
Daganashi Kashi. Yeah, that's it. What about Takunomi?
Oh, here it is. That is it. Yes.
Aha.
Yes. I just saw the image of it. Yeah. Okay. Is this on Verve?
Sentai Filmworks. Yes, it would be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's like I said, it's they're working, they're whatever, and then it's like the end of the day, they're like, oh yeah, this beer is so great, or whatever, and oh, let's make this special drink. It's and then they like go into the recipe, and they're like, this is great with snacks, or this pairs great with whatever, and it's shorter than normal anime, I want to say.
I mean, there is a genre that's like 5 minutes. 12 minutes per episode.
Short.
12.
Yeah, it's like 12 minutes. Yeah, this is another one that was just like a let's get a watch through this. This is interesting. Like no drama or anything happens really. It's like it's straight slice of life in that regards. And it's real interesting. Like the whole like I said, like each episode, it's pretty much they're talking about some kind of different alcohol drink, whether it's like some special beer or some mixed drink they make, or, and also how it pairs great with this kind of food or that kind of food, or, it's, I'm not quite sure why I decided to watch this one. But I enjoyed it. It was a rather enjoyable anime. 12 episodes, like 12, 13 minutes each. So it was a real quick watch.
Oh, sure. 12, 12
quick
episodes that are 12 minutes long. Sure.
Yeah. So like, it's the length of a movie, right?
Sure. Yeah. So it'd be like watching like
44 minutes,
like an episode of like Red, or like a season of like Red versus Blue, or Ruby.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But yeah, it was enjoyable. It was interesting, Like seeing some alcohols, I had no clue because, of course, Japanese culture. But then it's like, oh, here's Kahlua, and this is how we, whatever. And you can mix Kahlua with soda. And I'm like, yeah, I actually know about that. I know people do that. I know that's a thing. I mean, and other type of stuff. It was just a fun, rather interesting, anime that I enjoyed. Like I said, I've forgotten that I watched it. It's not anything exciting. Nothing crazy happens, but if you're just looking for something, something simple to watch to pass the time or to have on a second screen or whatever, it's an enjoyable one. The characters are fun and in their own ways and stuff. So, um, so yeah, back to you, I guess.
Well, this one's not technically anime, but it was done by Japanese people.
Okay.
And I tried to watch this before, but never finished it. Batman Ninja. It is. It's 3D animation. But basically, Gorilla Grodd ended up making this time machine, and it sucked basically the Bat family and a lot of villains back to ancient Japan. And so like, the Joker has taken over an area of Japan. Penguin, Poison Ivy, Two-Face, Deathstroke. They've all like taken over like different regions of like ancient Japan. And Batman shows up like later because time, he jumped in the time machine after they did. So he comes in later, like years later. Oh, and Catwoman is also there, as well as
of course,
Harley Quinn. So it's Batman in ancient Japan, and it's dumb. It's straight up dumb, like dumb.
It didn't look that great from what I've seen.
Yeah, like each of the villains has like their own castle, and all the castles can apparently move. Why? I don't know. They just can. Like they like literally.
Because that's a thing.
Like
castles
get up,
move, right?
Oh, Howl's moving castle. You're right. They do.
Exactly.
Well, not only did they move, but apparently they transform into giant robots.
So like Black Clover.
Black Clover.
They're like the Black Bull's headquarters.
Oh,
like,
yeah, kind of. Yes, that's exactly it. Yes, that's kind of exactly what happens. Except like all of the castles do that, and then like Gorilla Grodd's like, like he ends up like just taking over. Like, oh, I planted this idea into all of the villains' heads, and because of that, I can do this. And then all of the castles then transform and become like. And combine like Voltron, like straight up, like, are you fucking serious? Become an even bigger robot.
It's supposed to be a Batman anime, right? So,
and then how they fight it, and then how the Bat family fights it is. Okay. How the Bat family fights it is during this time, Damian. Then I had to look up to even make sure like this Robin was Damian, because boy, did he not act like Damian.
Really? Okay.
Like, Damian is like, he's angsty teen. He hates everything. not this Damien. He loves everything. And
Wow.
like he had apparently like shaved like part of his head. Like the only thing there was like a tuft in front, a tuft on the side, and like a ponytail up top. He looked fucking like he got attacked by a pair of clippers. And he had this monkey that followed around called Monkey Chi. And he could talk to it because, you know, anime. And then again, how do they fight the giant robot, you asked? Well, Damien and Monkey Chi and then Monkey Chi's girlfriend use this flute to summon.
Wait, Monkey Chi's girlfriend?
She shows up out of nowhere. which Red Robin goes, who's that? Because because he's annoyed, like, because of this whole situation. And they use this flute to summon a bunch of fucking monkeys that then stack on themselves to become a giant Batman.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm straight up just telling you how the fucking movie ends, but
I don't worry. I didn't plan on watching it.
Yeah. It was nuts. Oh, and Red Hood. Red Hood's insane anyway, but this made him even more insane. And like his costume was this, he took a bunch of like wheat, dyed it red, and then just taped it to his head.
Oh, okay.
And like just like taped it like around his head, like it looked like he had like a stalk of like wheat like coming out of his head. He looked. It was insane. But yeah, I started watching this, and then I stopped, and then I decided to pick it back up again, and it got like stupid.
Wow. Okay. That is interesting.
But this was like the whole all the credits except the voice actors, they were all like, so like it was all made in Japan. So like it was written, directed, animated, all in Japan. So it was anime as fucking hell. But like even the anime doesn't usually go there.
Yeah. I mean, it's people who probably typically do anime having a chance to do Batman. So of course they're going to go crazy and do whatever they can, you know.
I'm actually wondering if, because like the only anime that I can think of that goes kind of as far as that is Gurren Lagann. So I'm wondering if like, okay, the dude wrote Gurren Lagann. I was right. He wrote Gurren Lagann. Wow. Kill a Kill. Like, yeah, like the animes that go fucking nuts. Yeah, he wrote them.
Oh, okay. Oh, he has the back arrow one. I saw that. That just, I think that just came out or started
January.
Dubbed. Yeah,
looks like. I've no idea what that is.
Yeah, I just saw it like when I go to look at what comes out daily. I just saw like yesterday, episode 2 of Back Arrow dubbed is out. I don't know what that is until, but it's probably batshit crazy.
I would guess, considering what this dude has done before, it's probably insane. So, have you been watching anything else?
Let's see. Yes. So I'm a spider. So what?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
knew you'd be excited.
I
about that.
watched the latest subbed episode yesterday, and it's getting better. It's getting way better.
Yeah, I haven't watched the latest dubbed. Episode 10 just came out. I haven't watched that yet, but that gets that it gets weird, and it takes a turn. Like
It does.
was it?
And
You've talked about this before. The school, the classroom, at least a classroom. The classroom gets somehow killed, I guess.
Whitewashed. It was just like white, just kind of spreads out through, and like, I don't know what happened.
And then they get reincarnated into this other world, and one character ends up being a spider.
Yeah.
And typical anime where, they're aware they're in another world and their skills, and it's the typical voice for the what's it called, the system, like
Typically,
that they talk
it's
to,
like the great sage trope.
Great Sage. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, or the whatever it's called. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same like voice in pretty much all the different ones.
Yeah.
And the spider like does some crazy shit. Like she ends up doing some of the craziest stuff. And
and there's a twist that the dub is about to get to. I don't think it's gotten to yet. If not, it was in the last episode. But there's a twist like, oh, really?
Well, there was the one episode where she is talking about something, and then like it's like, oh, Administrator D or whatever
Not
has
quite what I'm talking
accepted your
about.
request, and then you end up seeing like
That goes someplace.
You end up later seeing some creature, some person come to like try to kill the spider, and then there's a phone that appears, and
Okay,
it's Administrator
so
D or whatever.
so you have seen them talk to D. Okay.
Yeah, that was last episode. Which I'm curious to watch this week's episode to see if that follows up or what. But
it hasn't gone anywhere yet for me yet. So, but there's
you
another.
find out that was it Administrator D or whatever? Is it Administrator D or is it's something D? Right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you find out that's actually like was it an evil like god or something like that? That's
something like that
for their amusement.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is very amused with the spider.
Yeah, that's why she gave her ruler of wisdom. Because like apparently there's, or no, was it ruler of what was it? I gotta look it up.
And this is like action packed. Like,
yeah, there's 2 stories that are being told, and they both.
The story with the spider is so action packed. Like it rivals some of the most action packed animes, I would say. Like,
yeah, definitely.
When she's fighting all those monkeys, oh my god,
that was cool.
Like
that was cool.
It is crazy stuff.
But I will say this, I won't spoil anything, but like the human stuff, the other classmates, that has gotten in interesting in the subs. Like that story has gotten very interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. But yeah, it'll be curious to see if like they have to meet up, right? She has to meet up with the others eventually, right? You would think.
I'm trying
Maybe
to
not.
think.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think because like the teacher says something.
She says like there are like a few that are dead, and then there's like 3 she doesn't, or she knows where they are but can't get to them or something like that. And she mentions that the spider is one of them.
Is one of the dead ones.
I thought she said she's one of the ones she can't get to.
She's just one of the dead ones.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so, And I'm real confused about this. Like,
there is something that's gonna happen soon that like makes me like, oh, so that's how it is.
and was it the other story arc with the one dude, like who's like the hero's brother or whatever? Like when that reveal happened at the end of that one episode. Oh my god! I was just like, oh wow, okay, that is
so. An
interesting way.
Did you see how he died?
I can't. I'm not sure if I can't remember. Like that was not last week's episode, but the episode before that, I think.
It's from where you are now. It's not a spoiler that he's dead. But it does show how he died. And if it showed you that, because like I went on Wikipedia and found some stuff out about the characters what happens to those characters. So like I know some things that happens that even the anime hasn't even shown yet.
Oh, okay.
And how he dies is very interesting.
Okay, yeah.
If you know a certain thing.
I can't remember.
If you know a certain thing.
I can't remember if it was when they revealed it, was it a big reveal or was it a quick thing?
If you didn't know what you looking at, it was kind of quick. It was like,
okay, then yeah. I think they did it at the end of the episode then, because I remember
it might have been
like
at the end of an episode. It was like a chick who's just all white. She was just causing explosions, just kind of with the wave of her hand.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, boy, that was an intense scene where like he's got his great sage, whatever, that says his status is now hero, whatever, and he starts to realize what that actually means.
Yeah, because there's
just the trauma.
Yeah, he goes through some trauma.
That was a crazy scene. Like, and it ended pretty much. That's how the episode ended. So. Yeah, it's it looks like, and then of course the next episode, they don't even touch on that side of the story.
Yeah.
So this week's episode is going to touch on that. It looks like, because the cover art is of the character. So interested to check that out. But yeah, it's another anime that's very bizarre that like,